Hello guys and welcome to another drink review. This time is of a drink called Bang, a birthday cake bash. How will this taste? Who knows? Because what is a birthday cake? Is it just gonna be like general sweetness maybe? Like, oh god. Okay, that was a very strong smell as soon as I opened it. Jesus Christ, it actually tastes exactly like, like a sugar cake with a ton of frosting. With like hints of like strawberry and chocolate. Alright. I wonder how this tastes. I am recording this on the 16th of September 2023. I wanted to get some caffeine and some food in me, and then I'm gonna watch the newest episode of Pokemon Horizons. Man, I can't get over just the smell. Yeah, it tastes okay. I mean, it tastes like a cake, but in liquid form, and I don't like that. I mean, to be fair, if I were to eat this as a cake, probably wouldn't like it either. But yeah, it does taste like a sugar cake with like a thick layer of frosting, like strawberry flavored frosting, and like sweet chocolate. I would like a bit more of a what's it called, dark chocolate. I think it needs some bitterness. But yeah, I would say this is probably the most unique drink I've had because it tastes exactly what you would think. Like, it's a birthday cake. I mean, the type of birthday cakes I have had in the last probably 10 years, because I'm like autistic when it comes to like, I only eat this cake once a year, only on my birthday, and it's like a French chocolate. It's from Delicato. It's called a French chocolate cake, but it's like this green. God, the name escapes me now. Delicato fransk tårta. I'm sure if I just search that. Yeah, fransk chokladtårta, which means French chocolate cake. The thing about this is that is like $16, or like I think $17 per cake. Probably why like just once a year, but it's really good. If you live in Sweden and haven't tried it, I would recommend like Delicato chokladtårta fransk is good. Let's do some comments, because I did say I was gonna do comments in the last drink review. You know what? I'm gonna start from newest to oldest. By Dan, Reine already appeared in Hologra, but not as the main character yet. Like this one or like Ollie before. Or yeah, I was thinking that, okay. So I guess I was correct that, yeah, I guess her debut was actually in the Holy Tory Hologra. So I'm assuming the next Hologra is gonna be, Reine. Let's see, Flaw Pink. It grew up back pretty fast, and like an inquisitive look. And that was on my hair update, day 40. And yeah, it is growing pretty fast. I wasn't that surprised by the hair and the beard, because it's one thing that I complain a lot about, that those two things grow too fast. Especially when I wanted to keep my head bald or something like that. It's impossible, it grows too fast. But one thing I'm really surprised about is my eyebrows, how fast they grew back. And actually, I think it was good that I cut them all off and let them grow back now, because it feels much better. So, yeah. I think it needed that. Jesus Christ, is it 26 years now? Yes. No, 27 years of not cutting my eyebrows. So I think it needed a cutting. Let's see. Adams 2443. How many times per day do you fap now? And that was my drink review. Rep Energy Sour Gummy Worms Pokemon Crying. Probably, man, it depends on the day. Like on a bad day, maybe like 5 to 6 times. On like an average day, maybe like around 8. On a day where I'm like doing it like a lot, probably like 10. So between like 5 to 10, I would say, depending on how I feel. Jakar. Oh no, wait. I already answered that. Lazul, do you want me to call you Lazul or do you want me to call you L Dr. House 2010? Because that's the name YouTube shows me. So I don't know if you have changed your name to that or if it's kind of like how Duplin. Tell me like what you want me to call you. I'm gonna call you Lazul until you tell me, because that's what comes up straight to my head. To be honest, I don't mind when ugly, large-nosed guys are the villains in a game. It sends a good message to the youth. It's like life advice, ... I mean, I don't mind it either. I just think they did a very poor job in the game. Because obviously, they were setting it up a lot by Kao, like mentioning like, oh, I hope you're not blah 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 bad, like all throughout the game. And I don't know, like they were trying to make it then later on like a twist, which didn't work at all. I mean, thankfully the game was pretty short, so that's good. And then the last boss fight was also very, very bad, to be like, Jesus. I think the best boss fight was probably like the first boss. Yeah. Let's see. Dr. Lazul. It sucks how you lose the elements every time. It would have been better to be able to switch to neutral, fire, ice and wind on command always. It just pans out the game for longer and makes it confusing. Maybe some people like missing things, but I don't know. Overall, all the collectibles that were really useful was coins. Who the hell knows for what everything else for? Or what everything else was for. The first comment by Lazul was on part 11 of my Let's Play Kao the Kangaroo, and this comment was on part 10. The penultimate level. Yeah, I agree. I think them just making it so that you can only have 3 charges maximum of things, and you have to go around and pick up charges to the glass was so stupid. I think it would have been better if you could switch between like neutral, fire, whatever, and then make them all a bit more special. Maybe like neutral is a bit stronger than the others, like just the initial punch is stronger with the neutral, but you don't get any secondary effects. With fire, like it does fire damage, and maybe like it burns them a little. Or like ice has like it slows them or whatever. Wind, maybe you get a little bit of a knockback. I think just that tiny little thing would have improved the game a lot. Not only like quality of life improvements, but also to make it more than just basically. It really felt like they're just trying to pad out the game, and I don't know. It was one thing about the game that made me go like, oh god, this is so boring, and the fact that you can only have boomerangs in like specific areas. You don't even get a boomerang. You have to pick up one boomerang, and when you throw it, it's gone. It doesn't come back. It's a one-way boomerang. And I don't know why they wouldn't let you have boomerangs, because boomerangs did almost no damage anyways. Yeah, no. I think it was I kind of understand why they gave out the game for free after like 6 months after releasing it, because man, I mean, it's not a horrible game, but it's a very like, it doesn't feel very nice to play. Let's see. And there's this testosterone comment by Lazul that I kind of want to save for the podcast, so I'm not gonna end. It's a decently long thing because it's a two-parter, because I want to reply to the reply of that comment as well. If you want to read the comment, it's on my drink review, Bang Energy Drink, Hologra Pina Colada. But I think that is a good subject for if we decide to do like a podcast. I mean, Lazul and I have tried to get a podcast going, but, you know, living on the two different sides of the world, you know, it's tough. It's tough getting, you know. And, I mean, I don't think either of us can make it so, like, we go like, you know what? Let's make a podcast in 3 days at this time. No, it has to mostly be like just spontaneous. If we're both on like Discord at the same time, be like, do you have time at the moment? That's kind of like how the podcast works. But if anyone else want to do a podcast, just tell me in the comments or on Discord, and I'm willing to do it with anyone. By Lazul, I've gained weight. I'm at 65 kilos and more muscular. Gonna see if I can get 75 kilos built AF. Around those weight is where I want to get muscular. It's perfect because I want to be lean. It's easier to be toned on lower weights. And I was on a drink review, gum, cola, weight update. And yeah, I mean, my goal is to go down to 80. Then when I am at 80 kilos, I want to see like, alright, do I want to lose 5 more, gain 5 more, or do I want to stay at 80? I mean, at the moment, I'm 112 kilos, so it's a bad time for me. I mean, I will say these last 2 months have been really, really bad. Like, everything with life have been pretty bad. So I've let things go. It's not necessarily I've eaten like a bunch of trash. I've just eaten a fuck ton. While I have eaten a lot of, like, breads, stuff like that. But I mean, the last week, I've, you know, well, actually, to be fair to myself, not the last week, the last 2 weeks, you know, things are going a bit better. I was 114. I weighed myself today at 112. So in 2 weeks, I lost 2 kilos. I mean, to me, my goal is like, okay, if I can lose 1 kilo a month, then it should just take me, you know, 2 years, 2.5 years to get where I want. And that's like super slow, right? Because that's basically like 2.2 pounds for Americans a month. But if I can manage 1 kilo a month, I'm happy. And everything else, I've actually already answered. So, yeah, that was this drink review. I'm gonna eat my food now. It's still a little bit warm. So, see you guys another time.